Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders, all Salakia. All praise to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. In the name of his Son, which is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect in the 1/3, and death to 2/3. What I have pulled up is Matthew's 11, and I'm gonna focus on verse 17, but we'll start on 15. Actually, we'll start at 16. It says, "But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented." You know, and that's pretty much the focus, because here it is, our own people, our own peers, who we grew up around, families we were born into, struggles we've shared, this, that, and the third. Everybody's got a backstory, right? Before coming into this truth. The difference is, though, it's like, as much as you think, I love my people, I love my community, my culture, this, that, the third. Whether you define yourself as a so-called Negro, Latino, North American Indian, okay, you Israelites, you define yourself with these terms that aren't even agreed or recognized by other nations. They just know you as stereotypes, as a proverb and a byword, as an astonishment, pretty much, as nothing to them, right? And so when these other nations talk to you about you, you tend to listen more. You're always looking for a leader and somebody to idolize or to get behind. But then at the same time, our own people are the ones killing their own leaders, man. So here it is, this generation. He said it's like unto children in the marketplace calling unto their fellows. It's like we're the same generation or the same class or whatever, and no one's listening to what we gotta say. Here it is, we're making music, we're giving them things to make them happy, to give them comfort and joy, and they're not reactive to it, which is weird, because like when you're asleep, right, and it's cold outside, you got a blanket on, you could have the heater on low, right, and you feel good, and then you can even turn that heater off after a while, and it's cold. Like any part of your body that's not under the blanket is cold, but then that blanket, it still keeps you warm, even though the outside of the blanket is cold, inside it's warm. That's a comfort. And our people don't realize that, yeah, it might be cold on the outside, it looks cold on the outside, but inside it is warm. This is where it matters the most. So that, because we tell them this book, what they call the Bible, this book, our book, is not inclusive to others. It's cold. If you're on the outside, it's cold, man. But if you're on the inside, it's warm. But our own people, they reject that comfort. They don't want to dance. And then we sorrow with them. Like, man, yeah, we're in a fucked up state. Our people are messed up. This shit's crazy. And then they don't even react to that, So it's like hot and cold, positive, negative. As a nation, they're not going to react, man. The only ones that are going to react, okay, are the pipers that are piping and the mourners that are lamenting. That's it, man. So you're either into this thing wholeheartedly or you're not, you know. That's just the bottom line for how this works. And for that reason, it was told unto I want to say Jeremiah, you know, to lift up neither prayer nor cry, you know, for this people, because the Most High, He's not going to hear it. So a lot of these people with their prayers to heal their family or for situations in their life to be made better by making them a better person, a lot of that is going unanswered. And a lying spirit is going out and around them, you know, deceiving and having them deceived into believing things are getting better or things are good. And that's the best time to fuck somebody up, is when they're at a higher point and you have more leverage over them. You know, you see it all the time in military tactics. The high ground wins, you know. The high ground wins. It's got the most, it carries the potential for the most power and leverage. You see someone, they pick someone up in the WWE, when they're up over their head or whatever, it's like, damn, they're about to come down hard, you know? When someone's on top of the hill, their military, their artillery is going to come down hard, you know? Verse 18, for John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath the devil. So here it is. Yahweh Shai, they called him a gluttonous man and a wine-bibber. Called him a glutton and a wine-bibber. But then here comes John, on the other hand. He wasn't even eating or drinking, and he weren't happy with that either. So whether it's good or bad, positive or negative, our people as a nation are just totally bugged the hell out, man. The worst of the worst. And, you know, anytime we take examples like this, we can always put it inside of apply it to ourselves. You know, it's applicable to a lot of things. You know, and that's one thing that we got to be aware of, is the balance of the scriptures. You know, and in Sirach it tells us, you know, when in the time of your prosperity, you forget the time of your I'll say disparity. In the time of your prosperity, you forget the time that you had, that you were going without, and in the time that you're going without, you forget about the good times. You know, and that's one thing, you know, personally I try to do, is whenever things are going good, you know, the water Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and I think on when things were worse, and that's a comfort. That makes me feel even better, you know. And then when things are bad, I remember how and when and how soon things will be good again, and that's a comfort, you know. So this word is a comfort to us, man. But some aren't using or understanding the point of this word or this book, because being raised in America, being raised under the regime of Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, and his whole laws and his whole structure, has got a lot of people fucked up, man. And a lot of people don't even see that being born in America is a negative and a crutch and a debuff. It's not an attribute you can brag about around the world. It's actually, it makes you worse of an international citizen, man. An American is like it's like a swastika in prison. You get a swastika tattoo in prison, it's like, oh, that's the worst thing you can fucking have on your body. And a lot of these people, you know, here in America, within America, you know, they're proud to be an American, whatever, because they're not surrounded like other countries are. They don't have to be. They don't understand the concept of being neighborly. To them, being neighborly is like, oh, I met this feller from Wyoming. I met this feller from Idaho. I met this feller from Oklahoma. It's like, yeah, but that feller more than likely was either and the reason you like him so much is most likely an Edomite. Talking about you Edomites, you know? And vice versa. It's everyone's like, you know, disassociated. So there's a huge lack of understanding. And our people get caught up in that trap, man. You see it all the time, right? Where they want to be American, but then at the same time they're like, nah, but this is how we do things. It's like, no, that's just ignorance talking, and the embedment of it in your DNA, the curses of it in your spirit that are put on you, is what's keeping you in that condition, man. And until you acknowledge Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you Jakes, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes, you're going to be stuck in that mindset, man. Until you sincerely and truly ask for this power and for some belief, you're not going to get it, man. You're not going to get it. So, anyway, with that, this is another song that's being sung that no one's dancing to. This is another lament that no one is mourning along with. With that, I'll say shalom.